Hi, I am Jen McCoy, and I am here to tell you why I think Google Drive is awesome. I've been using it for a long time, and there are a lot of features of Google Drive that make it particularly good for remote teaching, and that's mostly because it's really good at collaboration. So the first thing you need to know about Google Drive is that it works on the cloud. That just means that everything that you're creating is stored off your computer. Nothing is saved on your computer. What's on your computer is access to that. So when you, typically in Microsoft Word, you open up the program, you create your document, it saves on your computer, it's all stored there. If you want to access it from somewhere else, you have to send it somewhere else. With Google, you aren't keeping anything on your computer. It's all being created, edited, and stored off your computer. So people just need a link to it. So what you've got on your Google Drive is really just links to places in the cloud where your document lives. That's really good because that means you can access that place from anywhere. So from any device at any time, from your phone, from your office computer, from your personal computer at home, wherever you are, you don't need to send it by email or keep a flash drive with you. It just lives in the cloud so you can get to it from any of those places. That's also good because multiple people can look at and use that document at the same time. So for collaboration, as many as 100 people can use it at once. I don't think I would recommend that, but they can all have access to the same document that they're seeing or editing or commenting on at one time. So that's why it's nice to be working on the cloud. So some features about the cloud that make it useful is this anywhere, any device system. No need for USB, no need for sending things to and from. Really, when you're making these documents, it's just access to this place off your computer. So lots of sharing is quite easy. You can download it for offline editing. That just means that the next time that you connect with Wi-Fi, it will update. It's still not actually really living on your computer. It's just this link to the document that's there on the cloud. So for collaboration, many people can work on the document at the same time. You can see what others did. This is great in a class. You can have multiple teams doing collaborative writing, for example, and they can all work together at the same time, edit the same thing, make suggestions and comments to each other. And then as a teacher, you can pop in and see what everyone's doing. It's very transparent too, because as a teacher, you can see who did what. So you can see which student needs a little kudos, they've done a great job, which student needs a little nudge to keep working or maybe needs some more explanation. You can keep track of all of this in your Google Drive system. Another reason why this is great is because it's a live updated document. So this document that you're creating is always the latest version. It keeps stored all of the old versions. Every document has an entire history of itself, but what people are actually seeing is this latest updated version. So if you've got a policy document for your class or your course, whatever, and you need to change something in it, when you make that change, anyone who has access to that document is only seeing the updated one. You never have to worry about someone saying, oh, the version that I have has different information. Everyone's seeing this latest updated version. You don't have a folder on your computer that's all full of grammar test version 1, grammar test version 2, grammar test final version, final version, because what you have is this latest version all the time. Also, that means that you can pop into the document history, version history, and you can see all of the old iterations of your document. If you liked something that was there 3 months ago and it has disappeared, someone's deleted it, you deleted it, you changed your mind, you can go in and restore that old version. Nothing is ever lost. So sharing in Google Drive, there are 3 different levels: view only, comment only, and edit only. You have to be careful with edit only. You can choose these 3 levels for any document. So if it's edit only, or if it's edit version, you need to make sure that everyone who's editing it should be editing it. You don't want to share a policy document with your students for your class on edit because someone will change something. But if you're collaborating with people, then edit is necessary. You can share those 3 levels of sharing, and you can share with different groups of people in different ways. You can share by a single person by sending them an email, just an email address. You can share with a larger group, so you could say within SQU, anyone with the link can view or edit or comment. Or you can make it so that anyone on the internet can view, edit, or comment, depending on what your needs are and what your task is like. When you're sharing an email, you just pop open your email. There's a little Google Drive triangle at the bottom. You click that. It will let you search through your Google Drive to find something to upload. Again, you're not actually sending the thing. You're sending just this link to it. But Google has this integration so that when you're doing that in your Gmail, if you forget to share the document with the person you're sending to, it actually tells you need to share this document with that person. So you send the email, it sends this link, the person receives it. They can either add it to their own drive. That means they're kind of saving that link inside their drive. They can access it from there, organize it how they want to. They are not the owner now. It's not a separate document that they have. It's just a shared document that they're saving the link to in a way that's organizing that link for them. Again, if you're the editor or when they're the editor, you can see all of each other's edits to it after that. There's no need to send anything back and forth or have different versions. You can also share by invitation inside the document. There's a little share button. That'll open up and give you a spot to put someone's email address, Gmail address. And then you can choose editor, commenter, or viewer. Type a little message. It will go to their Gmail and have a link to the document where they can decide, do I want to add this to my drive or just going to look at it one time? And again, any edits that are done there are edits that are live on the document. So storage in Google Drive is a fantastic selling point for me. Storage in Google Suite for Education is unlimited, literally unlimited. You can keep an entire video library in here. Don't delete anything. Just organize it into folders in Drive. You can even have a folder that's like old documents I don't use anymore. It's all saved there. You can keep collecting everything as much, just don't delete, just in case you need something in the future. In your Gmail, don't delete things either. You can just archive it and it will stay in your saved messages. You never need to delete anything. You can go back 5 years and say, what was that email that we got from so-and-so, and just search and go find it. That's something that's really nice about the storage, is that all of it is searchable. So even if you have this huge body of stuff in your Google Drive, you can search for it not by the name of the document, but by the content of the document. So it will search through all of the contents of everything on your drive and come up with something. So if you made a grammar exercise 10 years ago and you really want to find it and you can't, and your organizing system is messy like mine, you can just search for a keyword. You remember it was about monkeys, type in monkeys, it'll pull it up for you. You can search by document type, owner, date, size, but I find by keyword is really good. It's a really nice, thorough Google search that it will do for you. Finally, the integration of all of these apps is fantastic. Gmail works with the Google Suite stuff like Slides and Docs and Sheets and Forms and YouTube and Classroom and Keep and Calendar and Meet. They're just all working together. So when you're signed in with your Gmail account, you can create a document, share that with your colleagues, set up a Google Meet within Calendar. It'll share to their Google Calendars. It'll create an automatic Meet link. It'll send people reminders by Gmail. You can add stuff from those emails to your task list and tasks or to your Google Keep. It'll send you reminders when you want to be reminded of something you need to do. Then when you're done with this document, you can share it on Google Classroom, you can put it on a Google site. They're just all things that work really nicely together. So I hope that you can discover some aspects about Google Drive that you find appealing and helpful, and hopefully you will find that Google Drive is awesome like I do. Best of luck. Give it a shot. There are just a lot of things to like about Google Drive.